YouTube, what's going on? Today we're going to be reacting to Wes Watson just got exposed. Now, shout out to Bubba for making these videos. These videos are actually pretty entertaining. I really don't even know who this Wes Watson guy is. I don't even know. This guy may be like related somehow to Big Boy. I don't know, but all I hear about is this Wes Watson guy and how he's getting exposed. So, without further ado, let's see this.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Bubba YouTube channel.
Shout out Bubba.
Guys, today's video is going to be crazy. And it's not an understatement when I'm saying this video is going to have loads of juice. It's like, we're going to talk about, like, Wes Watson's paperwork that apparently he hooped, that he shoved up his butthole. Yeah, somebody on the Wes Watson subreddit found out all of the court documents or, like, the court case, like, all this stuff that he was trying to like hide or really not talk about the exact details. Yeah, a Redditor on the Wes Watson subreddit found it, and I was just blown away. I mean, I'm not really shocked because I knew he was always a freaking bum fraudster, but this just took it to another level. We're going to talk about
looks
the
like
fact
Tate.
that his mom has to come and defend him. Really, his mama has to come and defend him. Mama. That's Wings of Watson every single morning now, apparently. And then third of all, dude is faking having his girls on his Instagram. Just beyond crazy. But honestly, in line with your favorite locale, Wings of Watson.
And that, he didn't believe that you hooped your paperwork. A lot of people have kind of made a meme out of
Oh, dude, you wrap it up this big. Like, you get like a 128G, and you get copies of your 128G, which is your paperwork. You fold it over so many times, it's this big. Look at it's this big. You put a glove around it 3 or 4 times. You twist it up and you shove it up your ass.
What?
You just stop thinking about it after a while?
Yeah, then you go to the next place, you shit out, you got your paperwork, and now you don't have to wait for it. And it's this big.
Right.
This one guy was like rolling up a paper like this. How's he gonna put this up his ass? I'm like, dude, are you from Tennessee or what, dog? Like, dude, fold a fucking piece of paper into a square. It'll be that big and tight. You'll get a glove, like from working. You'll use the fingers of a glove, like 5 fingers, tied up. You'll stick it in so many gloves. And then
So this is just so you can immediately prove that you're not.
I mean, you prove I'm with the business. That's how you roll up and you say, like, I ain't one of these fools who waits for my paperwork. I'm with it, you know? What's up?
What?
That's how you prove you're with it.
And that's that big of a deal in that moment. That
How is Adam22 not
I
laughing?
wasn't kidding, man. This guy literally shoved paperwork up his booty hole. He stretched that thing.
Alright, bro, too far.
I'm like, Wes Watson really went on Adam Savage or whatever that idiot's name is. Like, dude, like he lends his wife out to get stretched. So that's a whole other video. But anyway, so Wes Watson is like, yeah, man, you carry your paperwork, you carry like all the things that went down with you and stuff. And like, that's how you rep your gang. That's how you rep your for real in the prison. That sounds like bullshit LARP. That sounds like LARP. I mean, okay, so I showed you this video to provide context, because you're probably wondering, why is this guy Bubba showing me some other weirdo shoving paperwork up his booty hole? And the reason why is because he's always basically tried to make it be like, oh, well, I've always had the paperwork on me, like nobody needs to know what I did, blah, 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 right? So he just always made this story of how he went to prison, okay? And I'm going to let him explain from his dumb mind.
So my situation was that, someone fronted someone.
Holy crap, this is old.
Some violence happened. Motherfucker got his wig split. And then all of a sudden, 8 months later, I get picked up by the U.S. Marshals. I get charged with assault, great bodily injury with a deadly weapon. I get charged with robbery in the 1st degree. I get charged with burglary in the 1st degree. I get charged with battery with serious bodily injury. And I mean, these were serious charges. They're all strikes. This was when I started, this was at the end of everything, but all through that time.
All right. So in that clip, right, Wes Watson's like, I went to prison because I split
Dude,
some guys.
hold on. But can we agree that that's like a whole different Wes Watson, bro? Like, what? Dude doesn't even sound the same.
Or whatever. That sounds so lame. But
It's like his
anyway,
twin brother.
Wes Watson's like, I got a battery charge, assault, burglary, all that stuff, right? He doesn't really say any details. He kind of leaves it for you to imagine so that he creates this illusion that he's a really big, tough guy. Like he's like some bounty hunter from Moss Eisley Cantina, trying to roll up on you and just destroy you. No, No, not at all. The court case that we're about to discuss, it completely dissolves that idea, that loony fantasy, that LARP of Wes Watson's. And he also brings this up about his lifestyle in the past.
I know who gets in this position. We're getting packs. We're getting hundreds of pounds at a time. We're getting $3, 300 bucks, or like $300 on each pound. So I'm giving half to one person, half to another, on either between 100 pounds or 250 pounds.
When you say half to one person, half to another, meaning
So like,
you go
so
sell
like,
it, you go sell it?
Yeah, like I know two people, and I'm like, boom, you're getting half, you're getting half. Driving an Escalade to high school. I mean, by the time I was 18, I was in the new Range Rover. I mean, I always pulled up to Big Bear where I snowboarded in the newest shit. Like, I just validated myself through that money. So therefore,
All right, so there you saw it, right?
Bro,
Wes Wa-
that's not the same person, though. Like, do you see that? I don't know, bro. Maybe I'm tweaking. But, like, bro, that does not even look like the same person.
in the cornball is saying that he was handling hundreds and hundreds of pounds of weed back in the day. And he was really young and he had tons of money, a Range Rover, right? He had all the new cars. He was validating himself through money. Life was good. That was all LARP that you just witnessed. That was all narco LARP. I'm telling you guys, that crap that you just heard is a bunch of fugazi. Yep, I said the word right this time. Thanks for educating me on how to use that word right. Okay, so this Redditor, he posted this. Yep. You know what you're looking at. You're looking at Wes Watson, Wings of Watson's mugshot.
That's not even him.
And finally, the entire internet can see Wes Watson, how he used to look like back in the day. Look how his facial structure has changed so much compared to now. When you take steroids, your like bone density increases and it actually changes the structure of your face.
Maxing.
And it's very obvious that the guy got like a beard transplant. Yikes, man. Dude got work done on his face, basically. When I first saw this comment, though, I couldn't stop laughing. I probably couldn't stop laughing for 10 minutes. A look of sadness in his eyes after being stretched out by a BBC in reception on his first night in the dorms. That was funny now for me because I read it a bunch, but holy cow, it really does look like that. Looks like Wes Watson, he didn't have too much fun in prison. So the Redditor, he uploaded a post on the Wes Watson subreddit. He found the court case, People versus Watson.
All right, hold on. Real quick. If you're finding, like, court cases from 2012, like, February, so, like, I understand somebody's got to find them. But if you're not getting paid to find this crap, you're just finding this crap and putting it on Reddit, what are you doing with your life, bro? Like, I don't know. Unless you're getting paid, making money.
4th Appellate District Division, 1 State of California, February 17, 2012. I read this top to bottom, okay? I'm not going to like completely go over the court case with you. I'm going to put the link in the description so you can spend an hour or whatever you want to read it. But we're going to go over a lot of the key details and then we're going to discuss. Okay, so here is the background to the court case, prosecution case. Ruben Carvajal, the victim, had been involved in buying marijuana from and selling marijuana to Noah Bloom. In mid and late October 2009, Bloom obtained some marijuana from Jeffrey, I'm just calling him V, I'm not trying to pronounce that name, and fronted it to Carvajal, meaning Carvajal did not immediately pay Bloom for the delivery. In turn, Bloom had not paid V for the marijuana. Carvajal owed Bloom $5,000 to $6,000, okay?
Damn.
What you need to understand is Jeffrey V, right? Mr. V, that is the partner, or he was a partner of Wes Watson when they used to sell marijuana, okay? When they used to sell weed back in the day to people, okay? Carvajal and Bloom are just people that are selling, okay? In a way, I guess they're kind of working for Mr. V and Wes Watson, his partner, but this is kind of like a loose business partnership. All right, I'm not going to read like word for word everything because then it just gets boring and repetitive. What I will point out are key details, and you're totally welcome to pause the video if you want to read the whole thing in its entirety. Definitely urge you to if you want to. All right, so understand, Carvajal owes money. He owes money to Bloom and Mr. V, okay? Mr. V is the one that is like the one who owns the actual weed, okay? He's like the boss, I guess you could say, the jefe. So what happens
No,
is...
that ain't the boss. That's a John Gotti. No, I'm playing. That ain't no John Gotti.
Carvajal, he makes a deal with Bloom, okay? He brings weed from Los Angeles down to San Diego that apparently was like high quality, okay? And he's going to sell it to Mr. V and Bloom, who he owes the debt to, for really cheap. So then everybody's happy, okay? That's the setup. This is the setup for the night that Wes Watson committed his crime, okay? You're going to see what happened next. I have to point out this detail, though, in the court case. I always mean Wes Watson. I just say that he's so full of it. The guy is so full of it. He's so fugazi, right? Fugazi. I said the word again, right? Look at the detail on your screen. This whole thing, what got Wes Watson in prison, was over 1 pound of weed. 1 pound of weed. I showed you the clips, right? I didn't distort them. I didn't manipulate them. Wes Watson literally sat in front of the camera and said that he was handling hundreds of pounds of weed. Hundreds of pounds of weed. It was never, ever corroborated in this court case. It never was. If you read the whole thing, you won't find anything about hundreds of pounds of weed that Wes Watson used to handle or whatever. And this whole talk about him having millions and millions of dollars and him being a made man or whatever, never having a job, mind you, right? And that he was driving around in a Range Rover at 18. You saw the clip. All BS. All BS. All this guy does is talk. This whole thing, why Wes Watson ended up in prison, was over 1 pound of marijuana.
How much is that worth,
Let me ask you a question.
Oh, 5-6K.
If a guy really was slinging so much, like, drugs or whatever, would he really go crazy and violent on someone over 1 pound? Let's just think about that. It is literally like 0.5%.
I mean, he probably would, like from where I would know, you probably would, like, if it's $5,000 to $6,000. I mean, yeah, you'd probably have something done to the person, but I don't think that you would be the one doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you'd get someone to do something, but I don't know. You gotta probably be like worth like millions to not go after someone for 5 to 6K. You know what I mean?
Or let's just say 1% of the total supply that he was allegedly handling. Just bullshit. All right, so everybody is at the same location, okay? They're like some type of motel. Carvajal, remember, owes Bloom money. But because he owes Bloom money, he basically owes Mr. V and Wes Watson money, all right? So they come into this room, all right? And Carvajal, he offers the weed or whatever that he's trying to like sell to them for a super low rate, okay? And then what happens next is that Wes Watson, he asks Carvajal, is there more weed that he can get, okay? And then Carvajal says, yes, there's more in Los Angeles that I can get you. What happens immediately next then is Wes Watson like sucker punches the guy, he chokes him out, and he slams him on the ground or whatever, okay? Like, he really messes him up. The court, like, documents, they say that, like, it was, like, really, really bad, okay? Now, what happens is then he asks his friend, Mr. V, to jump in. And so they're just beating him on the ground. They're beating this guy silly, okay? Like, so bad that he loses consciousness. He has blood all over himself. And then Mr. V and Wes Watson rob the guy. They take all of his stuff. They take the marijuana. They take his belongings. I'm assuming they took his wallet, all the money in there. Okay, and they beat him silly, all right? Then they bounce out of there. Then what happens is that Carvajal comes to consciousness, and then he calls the police. So let's give a little summary of what happened, okay? Carvajal owed money, okay? He tried to settle it by selling marijuana at a really, really, really low rate, okay, to settle it. I don't know what the deal was with that, but that's just how he wanted to fix the debt. Wes Watson, right, who is a partner of Mr. V, he then just beats this guy silly. Now, in Adam's podcast, okay, Wes Watson, he tries to make it sound like he beat somebody up, like, really bad because they owed him a ton, right? I think he calls it stacks.
I pushed more weight than anybody in that area. Like, before I went to prison,
Holy crap.
the Canadian packs would come from Canada. 250 of them, 300, 500 of them. This is before weed was legal. Before they wouldn't take money back, so they would take the white back. They would take the birds back. I never had a job one day in my life.
Because you robbed some guy for weed?
No, these kids floated some packs to this guy.
Okay.
And the guy wouldn't pay him back. He said, "F*** your dude." And they're like, "Don't say that. Don't say that. Please, God, don't say that."
So he's basically trying to say that, like, he had to get this product back because it was a ton, right? In reality, it was only 1 pound. It was only 1 pound of marijuana while all of this happened.
Yeah.
You could go to your local dispensary and just buy that. That's not a lot, okay? He's trying to make it sound like there's like a Costco warehouse amount that he had to like go recover in this podcast. Okay?
GTA heist.
What a load of bullshit. What a load of bullshit. No, all that happened, right, is that Wes Watson was just like your average weed-selling bum on the corner of a street. He really wants you to think that he's like some jefe. That's why I always say that he has a narco fantasy. I think it's super hilarious, though, that Wes Watson's defense when he went to court was, no, I was somewhere else. How could it have been me that done it? Now, look, this is more evidence that he was actually always just a bum. He was living with somebody called Mr. and Mrs. Miller. He didn't even live like in this crazy mansion or whatever. He was living on some dude's couch. Wes Watson has always been a certified bum and loser, okay? So, yeah, Watson presents evidence from Mr. and Mrs. Miller, whom he was living with at the time of the assault. Basically, he tried to say that they had Thanksgiving dinner at the night of the crime, so how could it have been him? And then they had a picture of him, but the prosecutor pointed out that the picture did not match the description of Wes Watson. So basically in the photo, he had hair, right? When they had the police called, right, when Carvajal called the police and then Bloom and yada, yada, yada gave their eyewitness testimony, they said that Wes Watson was bald at the time. So, like, wow. Really good job, Wes Watson. Your defense was amazing. Exposed by your baldness. What a... Oh, my... Holy cow. I'm just, like, this video is... Like, this is the one video, I think, where... I'm just annoyed. Like, I'm genuinely annoyed because now we have, like, definitive proof that all of this crap that he says is just such a load of bullshit. And now... when people see this video, they can finally point to it and say, hey, what about the court case? Because I didn't make up the court case. It's in public record. It's literally called People versus Watson. And all the information is there, and I'm going to link it in the description.
I gotta put you guys on game real quick, because a lot of you guys don't know what this is about. This ain't just some fucking supplements. This is a statement.
Oh, bro, this is the freaking... the big boy pre-workout. I see how this relates now.
You're making a statement. You're making a statement. You're saying, I don't fuck with fake. I fuck with the real ones. The ones that really stood the test of time. The ones that when they wear their ink,
why is this
they
filter
earn
on
their
him?
shit. Not this poser shit. Straight up. When you get Pure Orange, you tag Wes Watson. You tag Big Boy, you tag the homies from Strength Cartel, and you prove to everybody what fucking side you're on. This is a statement, motherfucker. I'll continually make mine till the day I fucking die.
Does anybody remember that video? I think I posted that like a week and a half
ago. He sounds so much different.
Just remember something he said in that video. Those who earn their ink. Look at this photo. Look at this mugshot of Wes Watson before he went to prison. Oh, look. He's got ink on him, right on his neck. See, you know, when you just pull back the layers, just more and more bullshit that you realize. I mean, if I'm talking to you about this, you already knew that this guy was just full of it, right? But now, like, when you think back, you have proof, right? It's not this guy's a low-cow for a reason. When you become a low-cow, it's not because we're just making this all up. No, it's because you have clowned yourself into this existence. Look at the mugshot of Wes Watson. He clearly has ink on him. So much about earning it in prison, though. All right, and then look at another photo of Wes Watson. This was when he was after prison. Yeah, that really looks like the physique of a killer. You know, I'm not gonna like body shame the average guy, right? If like you look like that, well, dude, just get in shape, okay? Like just get in shape, do your thing, all right? But if you're Wes Watson and you had a body like that in prison, oh, hell no. Everything is off limits. I'm going to clown you out of existence. Come on. That doesn't even look like the body of a guy who even works out. You look like you're skinny fat. What a joke. This guy hopped on steroids because he was an insecure little beta male.
That's good genetics, though. Good genetics.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Okay, so we talked about the prison. We talked about how he didn't earn his ink. We talked about how that physique, come on, that physique doesn't match up his stories. He talks about his stories like if he was in like SEAL Team 6. Like the guy always... All right, I'm just going off on a tangent. So now let's talk about how his mama, his freaking mom, has to cover for him on the internet. Now, to give some context to this, right, the #1 certified troller of Wes Watson is a page that goes by Trans Wes Watson. Now, I got into the Wes Watson lore probably, I don't know, like 3 weeks ago, but I'm pretty sure Trans Wes Watson goes back several months. So they've been around for a while, and they've been trolling Wes Watson hard, right? Now, his trolling got the attention of the parents of Wes Watson. I'm not kidding, y'all. Literally, Wes Watson's mom is in this fool's DMs. The alpha male, Wes Watson, that has to be defended by his mama. Let me repeat that. The alpha male has to be defended by his mama. Look at the DM, right? Enjoy the payback. What is wrong with you? It just got legal, right? And if you go to the Wes Watson subreddit, you'll see like there's so many posts. Like I'm not gonna post like 20 different DMs, right? But this is just an example of Wes Watson's mom actually having to defend her son online. And if you go to the page, it's real. I mean, good on Wes Watson for taking his mom out to dinner. I mean, she's protecting him online, but sheesh, this guy really is a low-cow. Like, the lore just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Oh, I also forgot this. Yeah, Wes Watson's dad, this 6'5" construction worker that just kicks holes in the wall and then makes, like, things happen, is now having to defend Wes Watson against trans Wes Watson. What? I'm not making this up. He says you can't harass, and I can't even read that. I'm not even going to read it.
FBI case
that's just
you.
Like a next level dumb, right? He says, have you heard of cyber civil rights? What? No way. And I'm serious. You go on the subreddit, you'll see that it's real. It's not fake. It's literally not fake. You have the mom and you have the dad of Wes Watson, the alpha male, the top dog, having to be defended by his mom and dad like this is kindergarten. Okay, so we talked about his whole prison thing, how that's a bunch of BS. We talked about how he got tattoos before he went to prison, so he never earned the ink. We showed his physique after prison. We showed that the mom and dad are literally defending him as we speak on the internet. Yep, the alpha male has to be defended by mommy and daddy. Made a post saying that he's a top dog, he's the alpha, he's the king of the jungle, so he can choose whatever woman he wants, right? This is within the context that his little escort dumped his ass and now he's like simping for the world or something. Now, he made this post, okay? You're watching the video, right? He's trying to like say, oh yeah, he's getting this girl. Yeah, she's an escort. Like it's so obvious, right? Yeah, it doesn't even open the door for her. What a great gentleman. I actually think he made a post that he said that like he is too straight or straight men like don't open doors for women. I don't really know what that's all about. I'll just put that on the screen so you guys can see that I'm not making it up. But yeah, so Wes Watson, right? He doesn't have his San Diego tattoo on the back of his head. So that video was old. He basically was trying to set up this whole thing that he's like with this girl. He's with all these girls, right? And then so many people clowned on him. So many people exposed him for this that he then had to change the post on his Instagram and said, oh yeah, it's an old video. Yeah, it's an old video. What a load of bullshit. He got exposed for that. See, this guy, he uploads videos where he's like waking up at 4 a.m. On the subreddit, it's been exposed that he like will take the same video over and over and over and just upload it, right? He got exposed for this. That's just some old escort, but he tried to like make it seem like that was like his new girl or something. And he's just been exposed like nonstop. And you know what? I'm tired of talking about this guy. If you had a blast watching this video, then be sure to hit that freaking like button.
That's an informational video. I don't even know like how I feel about that. That's low-key just like some fitness drama. Kind of funny though, but like, yeah, dude kind of capping about the court case. I don't know. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Till next time. Blake Wendt signing out. Peace.